Let's be real. If you live in the inner city of DC, what would you rather have? Would you rather have gang members running your neighborhood and rolling up into your neighborhood looking for people? Or would you rather have the National Guard going into your neighborhood looking for people? For me personally, growing up in the inner cities, I've never thought to myself, yo, I'm going to be hurt, or I'm going to get robbed, I'm going to get stabbed, I'm going to get shot by a cop. I never had that mindset. Never. And all the people that do grow up in the inner cities that say that that's what we're worried about, no, that's what gang members are worried about. The average black young man in the inner city is not worried about getting shot by a cop, arrested by a cop, beat up by a cop. That's not what I'm worried about. We are worried about Ray and Pookie from down the street robbing me for a pair of Jordans, or robbing me for my Gucci glasses, or robbing me for a watch, or whatever the case may be. So when people are saying, oh, the National Guard is going to cause so much issues, you already have a million issues in the inner city. They can't make it worse. They can literally only make it better. And actually the facts bear that out. When the National Guard is there, you'll notice crime will go down. Although it is going to be temporary, because eventually you can't stay there forever. But when the National Guard is there, that actually allows kids to go to school and feel safe. It allows parents to be like, you know what, maybe my kid can play outside because I know there's a National Guard down the street, and not Pookie and Ray standing on the corner, and Desmond and Michael are going to come shoot at Pookie and Ray, and a stray bullet's going to hit my son. They're not worried about that anymore because the National Guard is there. So let's be honest and authentic when we're talking about this. Don't just hate this decision just because it's Trump doing it. Be realistic, and if you're not living in the inner city, put yourself in the shoes of somebody that does. I see a lot of liberals talking about how this is racist, or this is going to be over policing, or blah blah blah. The only reason why you feel that way is because where you live, you don't have to worry about any of these problems. You don't got to worry about gang violence. So when you look at this situation, you're like, oh, why do the police need to go there? Why do we have to have that National Guard there? Yeah, let Pookie and Ray live next to you, and then you tell me if who you want to come save you. Because I guarantee you're going to want the National Guard there. Think about it. People say the National Guard means government control. Fair, I agree with you. But let's not act as if gangs don't control the kids, don't control the narrative, or everything that's going on in the inner city already. So who would you rather have? The National Guard controlling it, or gang members that have no worries about anyone? They're putting drugs into the community, and the National Guard doesn't even kill anywhere close to the amount of people that these gangs have killed. They don't ruin the amount of lives that these gangs have killed. Go ask somebody that you know. If you disagree with me, I want you to think about this. How many people do you know that have been killed by a cop or a National Guard member? I'll wait. Okay, perfect. How many people do you know that have been killed in gang violence? Literally, it happens every day. The only difference is because it's somebody that looks like me killing someone else that looks like me, it doesn't really go viral. It's not really newsworthy. Nobody really cares. But that's what I mostly care about, because that's the majority. Why are you going to worry about? And again, when cops and National Guards do violence against regular citizens, I understand you and I agree, that's wrong. But why are we so focused on the minute amount of things happening that are negative and ignoring the huge amount of negative that comes from gangs? I don't get the correlation. I don't understand it. Please explain to me. Please, in the comment section, explain to me. And I want to hear from people in the comment section below. Would you rather have the National Guard patrolling your neighborhood, or would you rather have gangs patrolling your neighborhood? Because I've heard so many stories, and I'll put some videos in this video so you can see for yourself, of gang members running the neighborhood. There's actually a story in Caprini Gardens, I believe it's called, in Chicago back in the day. And what happened is the president actually stayed in that neighborhood. And when the president was there, crime literally ceased. You know why? Because Secret Service was there. So these gang members knew they didn't have control. The moment the president left, crime skyrocketed. You don't think that's a coincidence? When there's not a police presence, or when these gang members feel like there's nobody that's going to oppose them, they know they can get away with whatever they want. They know it. And I personally think that we're not harsh enough on these gang members. If you know you have a gang member that's in your house, you know your son doesn't work, you know your daughter doesn't work, you know that they just came in with a new Gucci belt, you know they just came in with a new Nike Tech Fleece tracksuit that costs $300. You see that they have a nice fat chain, gold chain that costs $1,200. You know that you work a regular job and you did not give them money for this. So are you not thinking, where did this come from? Or are you just saying, you know what, who cares? Because they're making money, who cares? but then you're a part of the problem as well. In these inner cities, we normalize gunshots at night. We normalize candlelight vigils for a 12-year-old boy that gets shot. But let the National Guard come in and they can change all of that. So I don't see why, especially us in the black community, why we're so opposed to this. I understand liberals that are white, that are from the suburbs, they don't understand what it's like to actually live there. So ignore them. But if you're a black person listening to this and you live in the inner city, white person living in the inner city, Middle Eastern, doesn't matter, you live in the inner city, are you really going to sit there with a straight face and tell me you would rather live in an area patrolled by gang members versus the National Guard? It doesn't make any sense. I don't believe you. And you're lying to yourself at that point. You're just lying to yourself. And honestly, I think Chicago, New Orleans, any place that California, in Compton, California, any state that has a large gang presence, number one, send the National Guard there. Make them sit on every corner and watch these gang members lose all their money and let them go get jobs. Let's make the community safer. We pay crazy taxes, right? North Americans pay the most taxes, right? Or not the most, but one of the most taxes. Why are we not being protected? It doesn't make any sense. Let's actually protect the citizens. That's what we need protection from. We don't need protection from police. We need protection from these gang members, these lunatics that are running the street and living life like it's GTA. Those are the actual problem, not the cops. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Am I too harsh? Is there something that I'm missing? Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Again, I'm KamsCorner. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Do not treat me like a side chick. It is free to do. We are at 900 subscribers. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent with my videos, and I'm out.